Hey folks, welcome to Hey Big Grill. Now tonight, it's Super Bowl Sunday. I'm wearing a green shirt and a red hat. I don't care what team wins, but we're gonna make our smoked queso. We're gonna throw some steak in there with it. So we've made this before, really good. We're gonna do it again. So let's get started. Now first things first, I've got this sirloin tender steak. I'm telling y'all, I love using this for fajitas, tacos, whatever. But we're gonna put this steak into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. I'm not gonna tenderize them, cut them out or anything. We're just gonna grab them up, put them in this bag. Then I'm gonna come back with one full bottle of this Tapatio fajita marinade. They didn't have the carne asada marinade that I was wanting, that I've used in the past. They're out of that one. But we're gonna try this fajita marinade. And then we're just gonna we're not gonna completely pinch all the air out of the bag. Close it off, kind of work it around. Make sure your steak gets good and soaked in this fajita marinade. Now, it is 1:40. I'm gonna put this in the fridge to about 4 o'clock, let it marinate, and then we'll bring you back for the next step. All right, so we're getting closer to game time. We're just about ready to start prepping for our cheese dip, our queso. What I've got here is one of these disposable pans. I don't remember what size it was. Something that I thought was gonna be plenty big enough for what we're gonna be putting in it. So now we got our tray. What we're gonna take next is now all they had left was the 32-ounce block of the Velveeta queso blanco. So what we're gonna do is cut it in half. All right, so now that we've got our 16 ounces of Velveeta queso, we're just gonna cut these down. I'm gonna cut them again, and then I'm gonna cut them into smaller cubes. Now cut them into smaller cubes to kind of help them render down a little faster. But once we get them cut, we're gonna take our tray, and I'm gonna keep all the light cheeses together. I'm gonna kind of keep them separated in the tray. More on that in a little bit, but let's go finish cubing this up. All right, so you see what I mean now? I put all the Velveeta kind of right here in this corner. Next, we're gonna take an 8-ounce block of Colby Jack, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go through, we're gonna cut this into cubes. Once we cube them up, we're just gonna put them over here on this side. Like I said, leaving that little bit of separation, and I don't know that leaving separation really matters, but that's the way I'm gonna roll with it. Next, we're gonna take a 4-ounce block of cheddar. Now I'm gonna cut it right down the middle because we only need 4 ounces. I'm gonna cut it down the middle, and then, you guessed it, we're gonna cube up our cheddar. Next, we're gonna take one 8-ounce block of cream cheese. We're gonna cube it up, put it in our tray as well. So now that we got our cheeses in the pan, we got our Velveeta, our Colby Jack, cheddar, and our cream cheese here. Next, we're gonna add one 4-ounce can of green chilies, one 10-ounce can of Rotel. Next, we're gonna pour 1 cup of milk in here, and she's ready. So now, normally I already have my smoker fired up. I did things a little backwards today, but we're gonna go through the smoke cycle, and then we're gonna bump our heat up to 250 degrees. So I thought I had it recording, which I did, but it was on the slow-mo mode, which, unbearable. Anyway, so we're at 240 degrees. I went ahead and raised the lid and put my pan in the smoker. Now, with it being colder today, it's taking my smoker a little bit longer to get up to temp. And just the little bit that I had it up, or open, to put the tray in, by the time I shut it, it already lost 10 degrees. So, something to keep in mind when using your smoker or grill on these colder days. It's gonna take that sucker a little longer to warm up, but we got her in there, and we're going to check in on her about every 30 minutes, give it a good stirring until all the cheese is completely melted. So we just hit 30 minutes. We're going to raise the lid, take a look. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it its first stir. Close the lid back down, let it go for another 30 minutes, then we'll come back out. We're going to keep stirring it every 30 minutes until it's ready. All right, so we got our grill up to the temp that I want. I'm going to try to be quick with this because I don't want to lose much heat. Like I said earlier, it's cold. And so the longer we get that lid open, the more heat we're losing. So we're gonna get these little steaks We're gonna slap them on the grill. The steak's pretty small, pretty thin. It's not gonna take them long. About 2 minutes or so, we're gonna flip them over. We're just gonna take them. I'm wanting to get a medium rare finish on it, but we're gonna finish those out, and then we'll be on to the next step with our queso. All right, so now our steak is cooked, or done to our liking rather. So what I'm gonna do, I had to use I should have grabbed a fork out of the fridge or the kitchen, huh? But we're gonna cut our steak into strips. There we go. Just in case. Look at that beautiful steak, folks. Beautiful color, nice and tender. And that marinade is delicious. Folks, so we got that steak good and cut up. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna raise the lid. Our cheese dip, our queso is just about done. So I'm gonna add this steak in here. And folks, I don't know if the video did it justice how beautiful this steak is. But what I want to do is I want to tilt it down. I want to get all that flavor. There we go. Now I'm going to take my spoon here. I just want to kind of stir that in with our queso. Queso is really starting to kind of set up nice. And it looks like all of our cheese has melted down nicely. Folks, that was incredibly good. And if you don't have a smoker, you can mix all the cheese ingredients and put it in the oven at 350 degrees. Stir it every so often until all the cheese is completely melted through. But very good, and just a great little game day snack. So y'all please, let me just think of the video. Y'all please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.